I'm Josh Henderson, the Grant Wood Fellow for Interdisciplinary Performance for the 2021 through 2022 school year. My main gig is the violin, but I'd like to play multiple instruments, like the viola, like the piano, a little guitar and bass, and also compose, and of course collaborate with different types of art forms and kind of work that into my art and process. When I was younger, I spent a lot of time with my grandparents. I was born in the Bay Area, and my parents were still in school, so they kind of dropped me off at my grandma and my grandpa's house, my father's parents. And they're big lovers of music and the arts and just like everything across the board, and just wonderful people. And so they were like, they really made sure to introduce, music, and not just like, one type of music, but like, Miles Davis, like Tchaikovsky, like everything in between. This year has been nice to get a broader picture of a place, because I'm a musician, so I tour a lot and I spend a lot of time in places, usually quite brief, but I'm really enjoying and appreciating just like the beauty that is like here, like the rivers, like that wonderful fossil gorge. So that was unexpected, and I appreciate that. In the fall, I taught an improvisation course, and then this spring I taught a course that was mainly composing, but also talking about like kind of putting on events and little things that might not be needed for right now this semester, but like later on in their lives, like grant writing and like PR and like what that type of stuff looks like, talking to management, and just trying to introduce things that will hopefully be helpful to them later on the line. I mean, students are great. I mean, that is why all of us are here, like right now, to help the next generation of like people maybe find themselves, maybe, of course, get better at their craft, and introduce them to like new avenues and ways of thinking in whatever their situation is, their craft is, and to kind of elevate. I really stress, like, we're in school here, we're not here to like, the New York Times is not going to be at your recital or whatever, you're not going to get like, slammed in reviews, and we're here to try stuff out and to just stretch ourselves. So my kind of big like Grant Wood project was based off the famous plane crash that happened in the late 50s involving Buddy Holly and Ritchie Valens and Big Bopper and the pilot, Roger Peterson. And yeah, I was able to kind of visit and put myself in the space, which in of itself is super cool for any type of art. I think to physically be there and to see the sites and like the halls where they played as a musician, and just to touch a little bit of that history. So I read about it and researched the music of these gentlemen, which was super fascinating, and to learn about their lives and also about their contributions to music of today. And I grew up listening to a lot of rock music, and I still do, and that's a very big part of the music that I make. So it was cool to learn some of these things that have been big parts of my life that I had no idea where they kind of came from, or people that helped forge this. Of course, like music is like a continuum. So many people from so many different cultures and parts of the world have contributed to everything that we hear. It was fascinating to me to be open up to other art, and in particular, like someone like Mr. Wood. Temporally speaking, things were happening with Grant Wood at the same time as things happening in the music world, and the film world, and in the world, like wars and stuff like that, and seeing how this kind of impacts across the arts, how we process this in different art forms. So like the art is one thing, but also his person, like I didn't know about like his like sexuality and stuff like that, and the because we have to put ourselves in time in his place, and just how that is like, you know, unfortunate. There's like bigotry and like hatred, and seeing, you know, someone go through that and process that in their way in their art. So hopefully, you know, the next generation of folks can have it a little bit better than they did.